Still seems fine and in place, so we're just gonna keep on going. Hello, friend. Yes, many Bill. I do lack the chat reading skill. I do be cute like a snack. Yes, 100% edible. Um, where was I? Yeah, so we have a function to accept and reject bills now. Should help us a lot. Let's do a function called next bill. So I have not considered making the president of the world a horse you can date. That's the first time I hear of it. Is it really all the rage? You think I'd heard? You think I would have heard about it if it was? You feel all the rage. I haven't done it yet. Interesting. Have you considered I feed off of your rage? All right, let's try this. Grr. That's great. That didn't work. Maybe it's just not executing from the point where it triggers the function. I don't know. Let's try that again. You don't happen to know what's going on, do you? Well, that might have been a problem. No. Get a random bill from the data table, set it to the current bill, and remove it from the list. Reject and accept do the same thing. And then this is the big thing that changed. So get a random name. Ah, yes. It is a. It's not even the code that's fucking with me. It just clicked. This build widget was set to use or bind to bill data, but now it's not bill data anymore. It's BP bill, current bill, title. So that changes. Same applies here. And then this is bill. It would have been obvious if I remembered I changed this so I could pass in the bill BP so then I could trigger functions from inside of there, which is a horrible way of triggering functions. I just don't know a better one. I know you're meant to be using this event system Unreal has built in, but God knows how it works. Well, I don't anyway, so I'm not going to even try. Ah, so now we have our bills back. I won't worry about it because it's not worth worrying about. What matters is it works. Yes. I was doing it. Did it work? I didn't think the bill changed. Now I need to double check. No, the bill isn't changing. You could go do some stuff. Nothing's stopping you. Be the creative you were always meant to be. Then relax, watch me do some Unreal, and you can do some next time, and I'll watch. How does that sound? You should commit. You should write a contract. Okay, if I understand the internet thingy I'm looking at correctly, I don't really care about your panel MacGuffin thingy, Mr. First Time Chatter. Is there a way to block this shit? I feel like I need somebody in charge watching over bots and making sure they get bunked. Uh, where was I? Ah, yes. So if we go to Mr. VR Pawn, we're gonna get rid of this menu toggling because I don't want that in here. That's just created at the top here. Okay, so the thing I want already. Great, this has changed since the thing I'm relying on, hasn't it? I think it's these two. Okie doke. Are we ready for this? Should work now. Yep, that was my first mistake indeed. It looks like the button's pressing, which is a good first step. Um, oh my god. Is that for real? Did that not save? Game engines, mate. Game engines or something else. Okay, here we go again. Haha! There we go. And what happens if we get to the end of the list? Nothing. Cool. Um, so inside of next bill. It's valid. Okay, if the list is empty, branch. Okay, if the list is empty, we will set visibility to nothing. Just make the bill vanish for now. Horrible code practices with Daniel. Trigger, 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 trigger. Haha! Now we have an end goal. Cool. Thousands of errors in the back end, yes. Uh, the end condition is going through all of the bills, approving or rejecting them, and then getting a score based on something that we have yet to figure out. How does that sound? Yes! Score game. Yes, there should be. I think there is. It's kind of you make a choice and you either make the good or the bad choice, and depending on that, different stats play out. I'm hoping it all makes more sense soon. Probably not what you want to hear. I'm hoping it all makes more sense soon. Pretty much. So if we take a look at the list of bills, there's currently 10 of them. They're in here. They're in this beautiful, beautiful bills uh, thingy. And see how they all have stats. So carbon emissions, public opinion, poverty, infrastructure, and budget. They will impact all of the things. And depending on what you choose, you get a different impact. And at the end, you're rated. If you have some bill ideas, oh yeah, very much so. I will allow that. That is a beautiful, beautiful term. I assume that just added it permanently to the list of terms that can be used on stream. Um, great. I like it. If you have a bill idea, you can write some JSON, and if it's reasonable, I can include it. Pretty much, if the bill is chop down trees for something, it might have a positive effect, let's say, on infrastructure because the wood is needed, but it would have a net negative on carbon emissions. Does that make sense? And it might give you some budget because you sold a bunch of trees. Sense achieved. Perfect. All we can ask for. Why is this kind of sitting on its own here? I guess we'll just delete it and hope we don't need it later. It's trees and then. Where is the JSON file? Does.json. Here it is. Nope, that did not paste right. It really does. I think I just copied something from the engine by accident. God knows what it is. But if you write a bill in that specific format I just sent, I can try and add it. Feel free to send me the bill on Messenger or something. Okay, what's next? What's next? There's no closing tag? Ha! It chopped the message in half. Okay, I will send you that bit of JSON directly. I think I just accidentally accepted a friend request from. Huh, apparently I can't send that to you on there, so I will send it on Discord. Probably was the more sensible place to begin with. There you go. All right, where was I? We have a bill. I basically need to do the same thing for the contract. But the contract also needs to boot the player out. What's the best way to do that? Okay, content, bills. Maybe it makes sense to just add the contract to the list of bills. Yeah, I think it does. Alt F4 in the code. Yep, big best practice. If I press Alt F4 in the code, I am going to start my career as the best software engineer to ever exist. Good times. Good times. What do you think of the statues in front of the player? I've been told by my lecturer to get rid of them in place of some actual office furniture. That's what we're trying to do, mate. We're trying to get that master's. Okay, so bills. Do I care about the... I don't know if I care about the lore. It's a good question. Maybe I do. Yeah, I think it makes sense too. You're hereby granted the... Also, I'm yoinking your position that you've defined here into the contract. Um, ban on cars. Bursary for private jet use for celebrities. Expand on Ireland's deposit return scheme. Sustainability tax. Supermarket prepackaged meat ban. Solar panel grants. Greenway initiative. There's, I would say there's probably some very controversial stuff in here. You are hereby granted the position of President of the World. Can I? I wonder if I do a \n. Probably misspelt one of these words. Let's go double check. Yep. Yeah, you know what? One on uh, nuclear power could be good. Yeah, he's a talented writer, which is why he's on his way to write the horse dating simulator that he's got planned. He can tell you all about it. You feel Bill's pulse slow and go cold with your hands around his neck. The fear in his eyes will keep the populace in line. All right, back to work. Yeah, we'll go contract of employment. So we're gonna get Bill from name. How do I add an input? You'll be happy to know nobody taught us how to do any of this. Um, ah, great success. So now in, oh, this is in the wrong place. So in get bill from name, we get it like that, and then in get contract, get bill from name, no idea how to remove that now. Contract, turn, we get a random bill. Right click node. Okay, so don't compile node in the editor. I assume that just automatically will compile everything. I allowed your message. What does don't compile node do exactly? I don't think I understand. Okay, so well, what else would it do? It already doesn't compile on its own, so which is why I don't understand what pressing a button like that would do. Also, I'm not the president of the world. The person that plays this is the president of the world, which means not many people are the president of the world because I don't think this is ever getting released. Um, I lost my train of thought. Where the hell am I now? Get contract. Get next build as a random. And get build as a. Ah, okay, I think I get what you mean. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I prefer to just remove things that I know I'm done with without just disabling it. At work, I generally just remove things when I don't need them either. I think that's just kind of the workflow that you get used to. Okay, get bill from name. So now here, put in get contract. Now if we start this, yeah, the contract really, it's in the millions. Let's say the player has 10 million to start with. There we go.